So now I have the honor and privilege of officially introducing our guest today. You have already been blessed by her gifts this morning, and some of you may remember her from previous visits. And if you don't know her, or if you do think you know her, I invite you to meet her again in this moment, because we are always growing and changing, right? So let me tell you a little bit about my soul sister here, Amy Steinberg. Amy is a powerhouse singer, a songwriter, an artist, and New Thought minister. She's the creator of Ministar, a cosmic revival, which lit up New York City earlier this year, and she returns to the Green Room 42, a bigger venue, to perform in New York on November 22nd.
1122.
1122. Easy to remember. She's inviting all of us, her friends and fans, to come along and to make a fun excursion to New York for a joyful, music-filled trip to the Big Apple. Everyone needs an excuse to go to the best city on earth, right? Yes. She says it's the best city. I kind of rival that. Chicago, I say, is the best city, so, you know.
We could have a pizza off.
Yeah, a pizza, right. Yes, and can I get it for Lexington being the best city? All right. We'll say the best big city we have a rival for, but the best overall city right here. It's the best.
Wherever you go, there you are.
There you are. Just
wherever
bring your
you
love.
are is the best city.
I hear that. Amy is also the author of Make Good, Cultivating Joy with Creativity, which is available now on Amazon. And today you can browse her CDs, her original art, her curated jewelry, and more at her artist table after service. So make sure to give Amy some love, and let's welcome her now as our special guest for our Sweet 16 anniversary.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So much. I'm just already looking at when I have to stop talking. Okay. All right, just making sure. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy Sweet 16.
Yes.
I thought I'd, just start with a song because, of course, Ahava, we know, means love. And it also, it's cool because the root of Ahava is hav, which means give. So love is what we give and we receive back. And I also pointed out yesterday in our songwriting workshop that hav certainly looks like have, doesn't it? So to give is to have. And it is that law of circulation that we study here in religious science, which I love. I love that. It's so true. Tenfold. Whatever we're in, whatever we give, we receive. So thank you so much for giving me your stage. And I thought I'd start with a classic of mine, because it has a real simple chorus of love, 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 love. Right? So now you know the lyrics to the chorus. There's a power in a seed, reminding itself how to become a tree. There's a power in a cell, and it's capable of making a you or a me. There's a power in a word, vibrating at a frequency, and there's a power inside that power, inside that power. You know what it is? It's love, 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 love. That's your part. It's so easy. Love, 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 love. And you can feel it revealed when an open, broken heart begins to be healed. It breaks like the sky when a long, dark night starts spinning on the wheel of the world. Watch it rise. Out of the ashes comes another day of bright light shining through your eyes. So much surprise every time we fall in love, 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 love. Now, I remember last time I was here, I did teach you the choreo. There is some choreo. Okay? First of all, let me just do a jazz hand check. Hold up your jazz hands. Do you know how to do a jazz hand? It's spread like this, and then it's love, 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 love. Jazz hands make a rainbow. Hug yourself. Love, 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 love. One more time we sing love, 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 love. And there's a force in the fist. But when unclenched, it ceases to exist. It shifts into light, So much freedom releases from the wrist, so insist on bliss, insist on bliss, insist on bliss. Insist on bliss, insist on bliss, insist on bliss. And love, 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 love. All right, I think you want to stand up for that last couple choruses. Don't you want to? Come on. We sing love, 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 love. You look so beautiful today. Love, 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 love. Can I say I'm so happy that I see the freedom of the armpits? I don't even have to tell you. Usually, I go to communities and they're like this, and I'm like, free the pits, right? But you guys are free. This is a free community. Love, 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 love. I love, 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 love. See, there's a power in a seed, reminding itself how to become a tree. There's a power in a cell, and it's capable of making a you or a me. There's a power in a word, love, vibrating at a frequency. And there's a power. Can I hear some hallelujahs? Inside that power. And back of that power. You know what it is. 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 It's love. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it is so wonderful to be up here with you. I just got my ministerial license, so I feel like I can be behind a podium now. So happy sweet 16. And let me just say to you that joining a spiritual community is a lot like falling in love. At first, it's all bliss. It's all bliss. Everyone's glowing and hugging and perfect harmony. And you're thinking to yourself, these are my people. I have found my tribe. I am home. And then 2 weeks later, you find out that the guy who hugged you so hard in the welcome circle also parks in your favorite spot. Sister Moonbeam is sitting in your chair, and it's draped with her energetically cleansed llama blanket. And Brother Star Cloud is talking from last week's check-in still. And the woman who makes the gluten-free muffins, she now insists that they're better for you if you eat them while she critiques your aura. And that is when you realize that spiritual community is exactly like true love. You find that a special group of people you want to grow with and pray with and annoy for the rest of your lives. So here's the thing, you guys. If you can do that for 1 year, that's a beautiful thing, right? If you can do it for 5 years, it's a full-blown miracle. But if you do it for 16 years, you guys, that is commitment. That is sacred endurance training. So from the bottom of my heart, happy 16th anniversary, sweet, sweet Ahava. Thank you. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was 16, I was trouble. Anybody else? I was filled with dreams and wonder and excitement. And I wonder, are you feeling that now as a community? I hope that you are. And I ask you this, and I sat in the prac room in meditation, and I thought, well, how about I tune in to whatever I'm hearing right now as you were getting ready for this morning and say, where is this community right now? You know what I heard? Cackling, talking. I heard food being prepared. I heard the click-clack. I heard rushing about. I heard community. I heard love. And I just this power and this presence and this love and this life and this light is what shows up and shows off as you and as this community. It's this creative urge that makes itself known and seen. And the only word that we've come to that's even close to describing God is love. Yes, even you decided to do the Hebrew word because it's Ahava, right? It's a big sigh, really. Ahava, right? And what I love about this teaching is that it offers us the opportunity in every single moment to see things as we choose to see them, right? For our perspective to change. And even just the slightest change can light up an entire room. I love when you think about the idea of like a room of darkness. One candle just lights the whole room up. And you have your candles in this community, right? Patty, right? You have those people that just light up the room when they walk in. And it's so important. And then I don't know the dark clouds, but I know there's some in here because every community has them. And they're gifts. They're gifts. All the people that rub you wrong, they're the sandpaper of your soul, honey. They are growing you. And I love when, I think it was Ram Dass who told a story about when he started to teach his disciples and his students. He had a student come to him and say, "I hate the city." And, Ram Dass said in his early teaching years, "Well, then go to the country." Go to the country then. And he came back, years later, he said, "I hate the city." Another, disciple came to him or student of his. And he said, years and years later, he said, "Well, then go to the heart of the city." Because that is where you get to see really who you are. It's like when Wayne Dyer says, if you poke an orange, what do you get? Orange juice. Why? It's what's in there. So when you get poked by the city or by the dark cloud, whoever it is in here, and anger comes out of you, that's yours. In fact, we were talking before about who here is already in love with me by a show of hands? Okay. Okay, fantastic. I'm in love with you too. And I have some interesting news about that. It's really cool because it has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. I didn't put the love in you. The love lives in you. And so if you are annoyed by me or triggered by me, that's also you. And that is fantastic news. This teaching is the good news. It's the good news. It's your responsibility. If you want to know what you really, really want, look at your life. Look at your life. Do you love it? Do you want to change it? Do you have a divine call to something new, to something else as a community, as an individual? Whatever you see in this community is inside of you. When you join a spiritual community, you are attracted to it. You are a magnet to it. Listen, this is a full room, you guys. This is a full church. You guys have an opportunity here to do, and you are doing, I'm sure, incredible things. All it takes is a small group of focus-minded, conscious people to make massive shifts. In fact, I want to talk to you a little bit about this idea of the domino effect. I've recently come into it. I'm really into science, and I think that's why I'm drawn to science of mind. Who here are like science, like facts? Facts are fun, right? So scientist Lauren Whitehead demonstrated in 1983, you might have heard this before, I don't know, that each domino can knock over another domino up to 1.5 times its size. So if you start with a tiny domino, let's say the size of a Tic Tac, and each one is 1.5 times bigger than the last. The 10th domino is as tall as a human, and the 29th could knock over the Empire State Building. Now, I don't know if that's 100. It's a theory, right? They've never tried to knock over right? This is a physical illustration of the exponential power of choice, growth, potentiality, that the smallest beginning can lead to an impact on your life. And that's kind of when we wrote our song yesterday. If you missed the songwriting, a lot of you did, but who came to yesterday? By a show of hands. So these are our singers that you're going to hear today. We wrote this song, and it was really cool how there was a thread through it about how the power of walking through the doors, how it feels when you come in, that little tiny step inside. So I kind of wanted to talk to you about my personal life, because that's the best thing I have as an example of things. And I recently, as Rainbow told you, as Rev Rainbow told you, I recently premiered my brand new one-woman show in New York City to a sold-out room. Now, thank you. Now, it was a 50-person room, which, okay, yeah, that's what my consciousness could handle. That's what my consciousness could believe that I could sell out. Well, this next venue on 1122 is 150 people. Ah! And that's what I need, and that's what we need from each other, is that trust in each other, that push forward. There were times during getting ready for the first show where I had to have friends say, remember who you are, trust. And up until that last minute, I was like, you know what, I surrender. God, show me what is mine to do. If this is sold out, fantastic. And I did it again in Asheville, where I'm from, North Carolina, a couple of weeks ago, and there were 80 people there, right? So there were more people. It was a bigger stage, and I got to do more of the experience of it. And now I want to tell you a little bit about the show, because the show is the manifestation, demonstration of this domino effect, of this creative power of God in me, showing up and showing off. Hello. So during the pandemic, I started to paint. I remember I came here with some of my paintings, and many of you have bought prints or things like that. And I just began to, how many people during the pandemic picked up a new hobby or tried something new? I took advantage of that isolation and started watching YouTube videos, learning how to paint, learning how to create with paint. It is so fun to just splash paint and mess with it and try to make something look like an actual bird or whatever. And usually it takes layers upon layers upon layers. And that's our spiritual journey, right? So I had all these paintings, and I knew after ministerial school, the only thing, I was like, what am I going to do as a minister? I don't know what's mine to do. Like, am I a pulpit minister? Am I a traveling minister? Am I a tent of revival? What am I doing with this thing that I worked so hard on? And I thought, well, the first thing I want to do is I want to write a book about the creative expression arm of this teaching, because we talk a lot about the different things, like we have relationships, we have finances, we have creative expression, right? These are the things that we look at when we're doing the work in foundations, when we're doing the work in science of mind. So I thought, well, my genius is creative expression. So I want to put together a book that collects several of my paintings. There's 44 of my paintings in this book. And then create prompts just based on the books. It's very stream of consciousness. It all came to me in meditation. 44 prompts, for instance, love, heart, whatever came to my mind when I looked at a painting. Then I wrote about it, and then I made a space for you to write about it, and I made a space for you to draw about it. So then I made this book. Again, that's the first domino. I'm like, what do I do with this book? I don't know what to do with this book. I made a book. What do you do with a book? I know. It would work really well as a year-long journey through the book with a creative group on Zoom working through the book. Ahava. That's a second domino. I create this thing called the Garden of Good, which meets Tuesday nights on Zoom at 8 o'clock. You are all welcome. It's by Love Offering. You can find out more after. It's a blast. There's about 20 to 50 of us, depending, we were talking about that, who come. You don't have to come every time. But what we do is we cut paper. We do a lot of stuff with, that inner child stuff, the creative expression. We sing, we move. And there are 4 quarters. There's 4 parts of the book: heart, mind, body, and soul. And right now we're in the body quarter. But for each quarter, so there's my second domino, right? So the third domino was that during the Garden of Good, I made a decision that it was important that each quarter we each individually pick a root and a fruit. So something that you want to work on the inside and something that you want to demonstrate or manifest or create on the outside. And those two things should correlate, let's say. So the third domino is that I'm thrift store shopping. Any thrift store addicts? Okay. I'm thrift store shopping, trying to find what's my fruit for this first quarter, which was heart. And I saw this dollhouse about this tall. And it was $15. And I was like, I wasn't really a dolly kind of little girl. I was more of like a Matchbox car girl. But I was like, that's my fruit. That's my fruit. I'm going to do something. And my root was peace. And so I brought this dollhouse home, not knowing what the hell I was going to do with it. This is my third domino, right? I start to play with the dollhouse. I start to thrift shop looking for tiny things that trigger a healing or an idea or something. And it becomes such a profound plagasm and such a profound healing, just witnessing all of my parts, my inner child, my inner teenager, my inner diva, that I realized that it was not a love letter from me to me. It was a love letter from all of my me's to all of your you's. And I'm going to actually play one of the songs from the show, which is called Witness. And this is, I didn't actually write this for the show. It just fit in really well because it's a newer song of mine. It hasn't been recorded yet. Because I feel like we just need to be seen. That's why we come to community. I see you. You see me. We witness for each other. Yes? So you will have a small part in this. I will show you what it is. Everybody needs to feel seen to feel real. Everybody needs a little love to heal. And everybody's seen pain and strife. Everybody's going through life. Hey, 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 sometimes all I need is for a witness. Can I get a witness? Hey, that's your part. Sometimes all I need is for a witness. Can I get a witness? Hey, 'cause everything is gonna be fine in the end. And if it's not fine, it's not the end, and everything is gonna get good, my friend. By the end of this song, you'll be happy again because I will be your witness. Let me be your witness. Hey, sometimes all I need is for a witness. Can I get a witness? Show me all your ups and downs. Show me lost. Show me found. Show me happy. Show me sad. Show me out your mother, father mind. Show me mad. Show me you're crazy. Show me you're crazy. Anybody crazy? Oh, Lord, I witness. Sometimes all I need is for a witness. Can I get a witness? Hey, sometimes all I need is for a witness. Can I get a witness? Hey, show me all your ups and downs. Show me lost. Show me found. Show me happy. Show me sad. Show me out your mother, father mind. Mad. Show me you're crazy. Show me you're crazy. Everybody needs to feel seen to feel real. Everybody needs a little love to heal. And everybody's seen pain and strife. Everybody's going through life. So take a moment to just turn to somebody and say, I see you. Just say it. Just say, I see you. I see you. You look good. You look so good. I'm reading a book right now on the way here. I've been reading The Life Impossible by Matt Haig. Okay, this is my first time reading a Matt Haig book. He also wrote The Midnight Library, which is also a metaphysical book. Okay, so people are raising their hands. And anytime I read a good fiction book that presents the ideas of this teaching, I always like to say it from the pulpit because it's hard. You know, sometimes we get tired of reading, you know, Holmes and Troward and, you know, Fillmore, and we just want to like get excited about the teaching in another way. And so he says in this book, I won't tell you, I don't want to give it away, but basically there's this awakening that happens in the book, and this woman who is in her 70s starts to see the world differently. And she says, this quote really touched me, especially because I was just getting ready to do the songwriting thing with this group that I didn't know. I didn't know any of you before yesterday, really. Well, I had seen some of you before, but he writes, and this is through her voice, she says, everything can be beautiful with the right ears and eyes. Every genre of music, every sorrow, and every pleasure, every inhale and exhale, every guitar solo, every voice. At 75 years old, she's driving down and she hears, I think it's an AC/DC song on the radio, and she's like, she used to tell her kid to turn it down, you know, and she turns it up and she starts to feel it, you know, you shook me all night long, right? And she starts singing and dancing, and you know that moment when you awaken to the truth of who you really are? You start to see life, every little thing, as an opportunity to celebrate, an opportunity to be more alive. Because what is the purpose of life but to be alive? It's the simplest. I remember the first time I realized that. I was newly on a spiritual path, and I was like, oh my God, I had an Ahava. I had Ahava. I thought, oh, the purpose of life is living. It seems so simple, but are you living? Are you living, or are you just binging on Netflix? Are you living? Are you cooking? Are you cleaning? Are you socializing? Are you alive? You know what makes you feel alive. And if it's binging on Netflix, good, binge away. There's some great shows. You know, it's up to you. You know when you are abusing something or when you are taking it to that wrong space. But another author that I love so much is Mark Nepo. And so he says, when we can open our hearts and work with, if we can open our hearts and work with what we're given, loving what's before us, life stays possible. Then, through effort and grace, we do what we can with what we have. And when exhausted by all that's in the way, we're faced with the chance to accept and love what's left, which is everything. And this is how we discover that heaven is on earth. So let me get back to my domino. I'm experiencing heaven on earth with this show. So I do the dollhouse. So this is that third domino, right? And I'm making this dollhouse, and I'm like, oh my God, this dollhouse is unbelievable. The experience of this art process, I'll say is my Canadian in me, this art process is changing me from the inside out. It is astounding. So I said, well, for the second quarter, the mind quarter, I picked the route of dedication, and I decided I was going to write a book about the dollhouse called Chronicles of the Dollhouse. That was it. And I also decided that I would, oh gosh, I'm already done here with time. Can I go a little bit longer? A hair a little bit longer? Okay. Basically, it was a very healing process writing the book. That was the next domino. During writing the book, I realized, oh my God, I want to do theater again. I had this awakening. I want to do theater again. I've got to write a show. So by the end of the second quarter, I had a show. I had a goal. Domino, 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 domino. And it's incredible. So what I just want to leave you with some quick questions for you. This home of your soul, right here at Ahava, because the dollhouse represents the home of my soul, which is sort of where I wanted to bring today, because we're home. We always say, welcome home. There's a sign outside that says, welcome home. So how does this community, ask yourself, reflect your own soul? Right? The problems, the joys, it's all a reflection of your own inner life. What do you see? Whatever you see is what you believe, right? You see what you believe. You don't believe what you see what you believe. That's the teaching. That's the root. So are you leading with love? Are you open to see the truth of who you are? And do you still dream at Ahava? That's a big question. You're kind of an old community being 16. Are you bored? Do you need a revitalization, right? So can I do one more song? Okay. And then, yeah. I just want to thank you so much for having me here. And I want to close with one of the closing songs from the show. Maybe I'll inspire you to take a trip to New York City. Listen, who here's never been to New York City? Okay, listen. It's me in a city. If you want to know, if you like me, it is me as a city. Have you ever thought about who you are as a city? I am New York City, and I went there, and I just was, you guys, I have to tell you one little thing that happened on the trip. The very last day, I was getting ready to board the plane, and Delta said, we'll give you $1,000 to stay one more day. I'm not kidding you. They needed room on the plane, and they gave me a hotel room, and I was like, okay. That's how God was with me on the entire trip. So this is all about that inner reflection and knowing what you truly believe and asking yourself, what do I believe and do I still have dreams? There's a mirror on the door to a place where you can go. A mirror on the door to you. Take a step inside. You might be surprised at what you find. Take a step inside to you. You'll find the stories and the fantasies. You'll find the brokenness of old and golden dreams. You'll find some secrets and some inner peace. And you will remember what you believe. You believe that love can heal and dreams come true. And you believe in me as much as I believe in you. So dream your dreams until they come true. And then dream something new. I believe in you. The rooms inside your soul and all the stories that you've told, well, the rooms inside your soul are true. And every part is whole, it perfectly unfolds, yeah. Every part of you is whole. And you'll find the madness and the memories. You'll find the endless stream of infinite possibility. You'll find the person that you used to be. You'll find me, and you will remember what you believe. You believe that love can heal and dreams come true. And you believe in me as much as I believe in you. So dream your dreams until they come true, and then dream something new. I believe in you. I believe, I believe, I believe that you're part. Here we go. I believe, I believe, I believe you got it now. Yeah, yeah. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe that love can heal and dreams come true. And I believe in me as much as you can believe in you. So dream your dreams until they come true, yeah. And then dream something new. You've always got to keep dreaming something new. Are you still dreaming? Are you still dreaming? Hey, you're not dead yet. Oh, dream something new. I believe in you. Yeah, I believe in you. I believe, I believe, I believe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe, I believe, I believe. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture that little girl that you are. It's not separate from you. It's inside you. That little girl or little boy or little non-binary and sing, I believe, I believe, I believe. Tell it. Tell that beautiful being. Say, I believe, I believe, I believe in you. I believe, yeah, yeah. I believe, I believe, I believe. There's a mirror on the door. Thank you. You want to pray us out? And now I wanted Rainbow to pray because I love how Rainbow prays.
Yes. So let's take this beautiful message into prayer, shall we? Taking a nice deep breath. So grateful to recognize the one life that is love. The one life, the presence, the very essence of the thing itself that is living and moving and having its very life as me, as you, as love, as freedom, as wholeness, as creativity, as joy, as peace. This one life moving in, as, and through all is who I am. And it is from this place of oneness that I speak this word now. For each and every person hearing the sound of my voice, I speak this word now for this beloved community, Ahava, knowing that right where we are is exactly where we are meant to be. And we are meant to be exactly where we are. For we are love in expression. We are wholeness. We are freedom. We are the divine expression of creativity seeking a vessel. And we are the vessel that gets to say yes to life and more life, to being, to expressing, and to bringing those dreams alive. Right here, right now, I know that there is an aliveness, like a beating heart, that is the essence of this community. This aliveness is pulsating in, as, and through each and every one of us, for truly Ahava is the collection of all of us coming together with our collective hopes and dreams, with our collective heart's desires to heal, to grow, to transform, and to help to birth this new earth. Knowing that right here, right now, we are co-creating a world that works for all. Oh, so I'm so grateful to know that love leads the way. So grateful to know that I don't have to know the way or the how or the figuring it out. So grateful to know that something within me is always leading and guiding and expressing itself through me if I simply listen. Surrender to that voice. Listen. And then move my feet, taking action, inspired action, step by step, domino by domino, allowing that energy, that momentum to move through this community, to grow and allow it to be its highest and best. Knowing that truly it is already done in the mind of God. So right here, right now, I give thanks for the fulfillment of this prayer. I give thanks that it is already done. And I release this word now into the action of the law that always says, yes, my beloved, yes, 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 it is done and it is so. And together we say, and so it is. Yes.